I think it's pretty clear that Nax is going to regain the race lead. The question is, how much did that fuel advantage help out Kane? Was he pushing hard? Is he going to come back out in front? He's going to have to get a wiggle on out the pits if he wants to get back in front of the pack. Let's have a look. This is going to be really close. At a minimum. And looks like Piercy's going to get him as well. But there's no denying that he is in a better position with his car at this stage of the race. Osto's gone wide. It's going to leave the chance for Piercy. Can Piercy get a run up the hill? It's not a particularly easy place to overtake. Osto only has to be a card width wide. Side by side through McPhillamy. He ducks back in behind Osto for the dipper. And for the S's, I mean. Apologies to our makes no difference here. Piercy shoots to the inside. Fly through the fastest corner in Australia. Piercy runs it around the outside quite easily. Extreme looks like he might have a little sneaky peek. Chooses not to, thinks better of it. We know that he is playing the numbers game a little bit more than Osto. We go back to Ben George sitting behind Mickey's at the moment. Max 19 seconds out in front. Let's take a look further down the pack. We've got Roddy Dongs bringing up the rear. 2:08 is his fastest time. I think it's probably the consistency, getting used to a new wheel will give him the benefit of the doubt, most definitely. And Brandon running a 2:06 flat. He's going to have to burn that penalty at some point. Type running up in 11th. We can see there's a few little scraps here. It's Extreme pokes his nose up but does nothing about it. Extreme is quite happy sitting behind. Back to Ben George. Not a lot of change. And Dids again, probably having the option to throw a cheeky one up the inside, but chooses to play the long game. Something I think we could... The wise choices that are being made all throughout the field. Everyone remembering that it is a 50-lap race and we are not even halfway through yet. Dids with a little scrape of the wall. Osto goes wide. Kane's gone around. Let's have a check. No one's taken any damage there. I think it's play on. So Osto runs wide again. Ben's got up the inside of Mickey's. Let's see if we can catch that. I don't know if we can. No, we've missed it, unfortunately. Osto got a good run on Dids. Dids positioning his car right in the middle of the track, making it very difficult. Osto seems to have got that one done. But Osto is using up a lot more of his car to do it. Nax increasing that. Oh, Ben's gone off. Big off from Ben. Let's have a look at what's happened here. He's gone a little bit wide. And then Mickey's has come up the inside. Has he? No. Just outbraked himself after he's got some dirty tyres. Carries too much speed through the corner. Taps Mickey on the way through as well. But somehow has managed to get through that without damage. Max has gotten around the lapped car of Brandon. 22 seconds is the lead at the moment. They continue increasing. Brandon has a damaged engine. We're going to have to take a look at that. That's a full course yellow, everyone. Full course yellow. No overtaking. 180 kilometers. Just making sure we can get Brandon to the pits. .180 is the current speed limit. Brandon pulls into the pits. Alright, green flag, everyone. Green flag. Back to racing. Green flag. Yeah. Where's Osto gone? Osto's disappeared for us. I think we might have lost Osto. I think Osto's gone. Osto looks like he's had a terminal error. Probably not his fault. I think that's lovely GT Sport for you. In real racing we have engine failures, we have mechanical failures. In GT Sport we have server failures, and I think that may have been what that was. Mickey in the pits for engine damage as well. It'll take a little moment to repair that. Who's going to come out in front of Golden Alpine and Type 54? So Osto's retirement has promoted Ben up to 6th. Dids up to 5, Marty up to 4th. That's a decent recovery considering where he was positioned not too long ago. Extreme sitting 3rd, but sitting comfortable, sitting very comfortable. He's in 2nd. Nax out in the lead still. No changes there, and we probably don't expect that to change anytime soon. Marty into the pits. 11% of fuel, probably wouldn't have got him around for another lap, at least not comfortably. So we're going to have to keep an eye open for where he pops out again. Another series of green flag pits. Hellblazer into the pits as well with 10%. So we see the car's changed on that Bundaberg run. Well, it's separated a little bit at the moment. The question is Mickey going to catch up? He's not. Marty is going to come out in 6th. Hellblazer are likely to come out in 7th in front of Mickey as well. Depending on how much fuel he puts in, it's going to be close. It's going to be a run up the hill. And I think Mickey is going to have a little bit of the advantage, or but maybe not. No, Hellblazer is going to hold that position. This Golden Alpine enters the pits. Look at those rear tyres, or what's left of them. Our race leader is in the pits, 16% of fuel, playing it a little bit safe. 16 probably can get you around for one more, maybe not in the Mustang. Let's take a close look. Pearsey is going to be coming in this lap as well. There is no way that he is making it around on the light. Now Extreme did pit many laps later, so I'd be surprised to see him follow through into the pits. Diddler pitted with Pearsey and Nax. Diddler is coming into the pits as we expected. Nax is going to come out. Nax retains the lead with a pit stop in hand. That is a relief for Nax. The question is now, does Extreme put the pedal down and chase down Nax and give him a battle? Hope for a safety car to equalise things a little bit later. Or does he continue to play the numbers game? Diddler staying, Ben George staying out, Diddler coming in, Pearsey coming in. Hellblazer's not going to catch them, so it's going to be Pearsey, Marty McFarty and Sir Dids, 4th, 5th and 6th. See a brimmed tank for Dids. Back up the front. Let's ride with our race leader Nax for a little bit. He's put the super softs on this stint. As we've seen for the Mustang, it is a bit thirsty, and subsequently you pit more for the fuel than you do for the tyres. Kane certainly seems to have picked up the pace a little bit, but he's not running purple laps. He's still driving within the car. Roddy Dong's pits. Brandon burning his penalty. Good boy. You see Marty McFarty getting past him to lap him. Ben is in this with an empty tank. There's Marty McFarty come. Let's watch Marty McFarty come around the final sector here. And we'll see where Ben George's El Presidente comes out of the pits. Marty McFarty is going to jump Ben. Ah, he was in front of Ben before the pits. Ben George comes out of the pits now. His did's going to catch up. Probably not. I think Ben's held 5th position there. For those of you not familiar, Ben George is our Dream of Motorsports president. Self-appointed, but we've never kicked him off, so many thanks to Ben for all his hard efforts with DOMSORL over the years. In a similar vein, the man he's chasing down, Marty McFarty, he is the Mustang Cup organiser. He's the one who puts these events together. He's the one that gets the ball rolling, and he deserves many a cheers. Osto has left the room. He was running very, very well. And unfortunately, that's just racing. That's just how it works sometimes. Oh, Brandon's put it into the kitty litter on the final turn. A few cars get past. A bit of an awkward position there. It's brought out the Let's have a quick run through the field from the back. So we got Rodders in 12th, Brandon in 11th, Golden Alpine, whoops, and Type 54 coming up behind Rodders to lap him. Hellblazer in the Jack Daniels Tennessee Whiskey car. Mickey, Dids, Ben George, Marty McFarty, Peasy 23, the Extreme New Zealander, and comfortably managing this race out in front, Nax. We're past the halfway line now. Everyone's been very well behaved. Nax has put the pedal down a little bit, and we've got the fastest lap of the race with the 2:02.13. The lap record around here for a race is 2 minutes 0.9. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a little shot at that later on in the race with a comfortable gap. We can have a look at Ben George there and have a look at that scraping on that front left hand side. Has been repaired, but he has been in the walls. Roddy Dongs, Golden Alpine, Brandon, Type 54, Steve, come down the main straight. Car's behind him, that's going to be a safety car coming out. He's in an awkward position. So slow down to 180. Yep, full course yellow until we catch the safety car. Anyone who can unlock themselves will. We'll work that one out when we get to that point. Max, our leader, decides to stay out. He'll get past Rotterdam. Extreme. He does dart into the pits. Yeah, so Nax will be taking up the safety car in a second here, and the pack will form behind him. Pearsey comes out, Extreme comes out in front of Pearsey, maintains his position. Marty McFarty, George and Diddler all coming into the pits as well. Mickey is going to go around with half a tank of fuel. Blazer comes into the pits. Type 54, yeah, just hold your position just for a second, and down Conrad, Steve, you can unlap yourself please. Yep, so we're under full course yellow, so it's 180 until we get to the safety car. Safety car will be doing at least one more lap. Everyone will be taking an opportunity to drop their fuel mix right down and conserve like mad behind the safety car. Who have we got? Yeah. Roddy Dong, so I'm going to need you to catch the pack and make your way through, preferably up Mountain Straight if you can catch them and pass them up Mountain Straight. If you'd like to pull over, you can do that if you don't want to unlap yourself. We just don't. We'll see Extreme take control of the pack, and as soon as Elrock in the safety car has gone into the pits, he will have the option to put the pedal down and take it from there. So let's keep an eye on Extreme. He's backing them right up. And he's gone. It's green flag, everyone. see Extreme, Peasy, Nax, Marty, Ben George, Dids, Mickey, Hellblazer. Bit of argy-bargy on the first corner. Ben's throwing it up the inside. Marty McFarty pushed to the side. Dids might be able to make the most of that. He's going to go to the inside. Ben tries to go around the outside, puts it in the wall. Pearsey also goes into the wall. Ben has engine damage. It's a full course yellow, no overtaking please, unless you're Ben. Everyone get past Ben, but full course yellow. Don't think there was any contact. Don't think there was any contact. I think we've probably missed it now. So it's still under full course yellow as we make it down over the hill. Hellblaze's going to have to keep an eye out for Ben George. Slow car on track. Steve's taking the opportunity to pit under full course yellow as well. As everyone's holding stations nicely due to the yellow. Poor Ben. Race has turned upside down and he put himself in a decent position off the restart. No, it's just a full course yellow, no safety car. Alright. And green flag will return in 3, 2, 1, go. Green flag. Nax has got up on around the outside. Max breezed past. Pearsey is the only one up front who didn't pit that safety car. Everyone else has pitted. We're not going to make it to the finish from here, you would expect. So we think there'll be a one more stop. The question will be, will it be under green flag or will we get another safety car? Marty McFarty sitting in the slipstream of Dids nicely, but unlikely to be able to make a move without that Mustang power, while Dids also has the tow. Or Did's gone a little bit sideways. Let's see if we can catch what happened there. Looks like he's just outbraked himself. Got the back end to step out a little bit. Marty McFarty still sits behind him, still sitting in 4th. We know Piercy's going to have to stop soon, so that's probably a net 3rd position currently for Dids. Let's take a moment to talk about our good friend Dids. He's been a DOMSORL member for quite some time, is a regular. He's had some good showings in the points series, especially in the ballast. He's a consistent driver, so makes the most of those ballast races. Has a few wins to his name. And I've heard it along the grapevine that he was born with a 3rd nipple. He's gone back on his word now, but I'm pretty sure it's the truth. Pretty sure it's the truth. Everyone seems to have found a little bit of their groove. Piers is on the fuel light but goes around again. Dids, McFarty, Mickey's, everyone's made some space and found their race pace again. Just have a quick drop down to Ben and see how he's making up for his incident earlier. He has done a 2:02.6, which is his fastest lap of the race, and goes purple in the first sector. He's wasting no time to try and close that gap. So as I said, we're expecting at least one more stop from here to the flag. We may see 2 depending on how safety cars play out. But I'm expecting 1. Oh, Piercy's run out of fuel. He's going to enter with 0. I think that's not the first time he's done that this race either. The safety car does make it a little bit tricky to navigate your fuel sometimes, because you're always a bit unsure how much you've used during that and how much you use under full throttle. So he's lost a few seconds on running out of fuel, but he's managed to roll it into the pits. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out and whether Ben has managed to jump him, because Ben is putting some flyers in. So he does a 2:02.8, and he is easily going to jump Piercy. Golden Alpine looks a little bit too far behind to be able to make up that time, but the big question is, can Piercy go to the end from here? It would be a big ask. It would be a big ask. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would depend if he'd want to adapt his driving style. So we go back up to the front. Our race leader and the favourite Nax. He was at $1.70 to win when we started. He's probably at $1.07 now by the way he's driven today. I wouldn't rule Extreme out. He's sitting pretty. Did's currently sitting in the third podium position, but Marty McFarty is sitting hot on his ankles. It's going to come down a little bit to find things like fuel save and when they do and don't make their pit stops. Ben continuing to close that gap to Hellblazer. Let's have a wander through the field. Interesting to see some of the tyre choices made here. We've got everything from the super softs all the way through to the mediums. Don't think we've seen the hards make an appearance tonight. As you see, Did's making his way through the dipper there, taking that little bit of grass. Marty McFarty sitting behind but not really pressuring. We've had words with Osto from the paddock. There was some big words said in the paddock with his pit crew, but it turns out that it was a solenoid. Not a lot that could have been done there. As we go up and take another look at the leader, Nax, comfortably dropping in 202s at the moment. He'll be watching his fuel closely to make sure that the one stop is capitalised from here. A bit of traffic at the top of the hill, I think. I'm trying to find it. Haven't been able to find where that was, but there was, I think it was Roddy Dongs through McPhillamy. I think everyone made it through unscathed. So we sit with the Mustang Cup organiser Marty McFarty. Running that 222 car. It's been an eventful race for Marty. Can't say it's been the most straightforward. He's gone up and down like a yo-yo, but he's sitting in a comfortable position at the moment. Will likely have a run for a podium in the late stages of the race. The drivers are having a sneaky chat about my fuel saving methods last race, which in the final few laps there was none of, as I tried to put a few hot laps in and just completely forgot that fuel existed. It wasn't exactly the smartest move at the end of an endurance race, but we had fun. Elrock pulled the win. Nax has not dropped out of the 202s since the safety car period, dropping in consistent times. That's why he's in the lead at the moment, that's why he's pulling away. I think really, at this point, the only challenge could potentially come from Extreme New Zealander, our good mate Kane. I think Nats has got wraps on him, but Bathurst always throws a cheeky one at us late. We've seen it many times before, whether it's fuel, whether it's a late safety car. It's never a straightforward finish here. Dids enters the pits as well as Marty McFardy. They're going to have to do a 12 flying laps on one tank of fuel, which is a big ask, especially for that Mustang. Hellblazer enters as well. This could become a very difficult stint for them as the fuel goes in. Ben has had an excellent recovery drive to this point after hitting the wall through Griffiths. He's got to make another stop, but I expect to see him in leading the mid-pack. Take a quick look at Hellblazer. We haven't seen much of the Devil's Smoke this evening. He's completed his final pit stop as well. You can see standard race pace for him has been in the 204s. We're just going to switch back up to the front. Our race leader Nax going into the pits. 7% of fuel left. He's going to have to complete 11 laps on a tank of fuel. Still a big ask in that Mustang. Mickey's is in the pits as well. It's released Extreme New Zealander out into the front. He has been the champion of fuel saving tonight. And the question will be, does he short fuel? Does he just run the engine revs up? What's he got left? Does he have a final attack? Mickey sits in the pits as he watches cars going down the start-finish straight. Looks like he's going to come out behind. Oh, you see a little ding into the wall from Golden Alpine. Brandon and Golden Alpine both with damage. Roddy Dong's with engine damage as well. I think he'll be staying out of the way. So have to keep an eye. Think that Roddy Dongs will be able to make it to the pits without interfering anyone. That would have spelt disaster for all those guys that pitted. Kane would have been dancing around in his rig. You see Ben is entering the pits here. So we see Ben fall to Marty McFarty as he crosses the line. We're going to see Mickey's. Oh, maybe we're not going to see Mickey's come through. He puts it wide. Piercy goes soaring past. So Marty, Piercy, Mickey, and Hellblazer may or may not make it through as well. But I think Ben is probably the first of our pitters who can comfortably run to the end. There are people out there that can run to the end, but the key word there is comfortable. As our current race leader enters the pits, Extreme. The question is, will he brim the tank? Will he run a little short? I think it's going to have to be a brim, I think. We'll see what he does. Nax enters the pits for a splash and dash as well. I think he's wanting to brim the tank and make this a straight shootout to the end. Question is, can Nax make up, I think it was 18 seconds on fuel? No tyres for Nax, that's the other advantage. Extreme is out of the pits. The big question will be, has he got enough fuel? Nax has managed to come out in Dids, in front of Dids. So Nax has pulled in 13 seconds on Extreme and ensured that he can make it to the end. Nax has certainly had the outright pace advantage over Extreme. Whoa, as we see Marty McFarty put it into the fence, manages to get away without too much damage. He just runs a little bit wide onto the curb. Oh, he keeps it out of the fence. Good little save there. But this is the battle we want to see. Nax charging down the New Zealander. You can see that gap dropping slowly. There's plenty of time to do it. Let's take a look down. So we've got First we got Extreme New Zealander, second is Nax, third is Sir Dids, fourth is Marty McFarty. Looking pretty similar within their cars, and you sort of get the impression that there might have to be another pit stop there. Pearsey sitting in fifth, Mickey in sixth, Hellblazer in seventh. Now Mickey in sixth, he may not have to stop again, depending on how he drives. He might have a run of the podium here, you know. That's going to come down to the right down to the finish. Let's have a look at this gap back up front. This is Nax has put in another half a second. That's all he needs to do, half a second a lap. Let's go on board with Nax as he charges up the hill. I'm going to stay quiet and we're going to have a listen to this Mustang. We can see why Nax is so quick over the top of the hill there. He drops a purple sector. Let's see what he is here. He's purple again. Dids in third. He appears to be closing the gap a little bit as well to Extreme, not significantly. Nax drops the new fastest lap. You got Brandon coming out of the pits there. Pearsey into the pits for his final stop of the race. We expect some fuel, probably repairing that front left hand side as well. And Ben is going to have an interesting last little bit of the race here. I get the suspicion he's probably too far off a podium now, but you never know. We know that his race is not going to plan though. As we return back up to look at this chase that Nax is putting on. It's now within 3 seconds. Nax is pushing hard. Every little bit of track and a little bit more is being used. Dids is coming in for a splash and dash to finish the race. Marty McFarty follows him in. It's going to be a race of the fuel saves. It's going to be almost identical. So the question is, how much do they dare to risk? How little fuel do they put in? And then the other big question is, where is Mickey and Ben going to end up in this? And do they stay out? They do. Well, Mickey does. Let's watch Mickey here to see where he ends up in comparison to Marty McFarty, and so did 72. So Dids has exited, Marty McFarty has exited, so they're going to come out in front of Mickey. You'd think with enough fuel to finish the race. Marty McFarty not taking tyres, so Dids with fresh rubber. We go back up to the front. This gap is now down to just 1.5 seconds. Nax using all of the track out in the grass. You can see how much that Mustang pulls the Mazda in down the main straight, down Conrod Straight, sorry. The Mazda's being that little bit more of a boxy boy. Doesn't cut through the air as nicely. It does have a little bit more horsepower. Also weighs a little bit more. Just a reminder, these cars are run to Group 3 spec for this race. So we see that gap come down underneath 1 second for the first time, and Nax is in the slipstream of Extreme with 4 laps to go. Both of them on super soft. There's no tyre advantage to play here. The Extreme has put a little bit of a gap on. We pulled out of the slipstream a little bit, so Nax is going to have to use a little bit more of that Mustang power to catch back up into the slipstream. We're going to have a yellow flag through Sector 3. No need to slow down, but no overtaking. And it's back to green flag. Now have a look at this gap now, down under half a second. Let's go on board with Nax. So you watch the climb up the hill. Extreme is going to struggle to stay in front with that power difference. Nax overtakes for the lead of the race. Not a lot Extreme can do, but sit down and hope for an opportunity to attack back. As blue flags wave and everyone gets out the way for the race leaders. Does a good job of it too. A scrape of the wall from Extreme. And those viewers at home can have a little quick look at the fuel and tyre comparison between our two race leaders. You'd think with 3 laps to go, They won't be make or break, but they will make a fraction of a difference still. If we work our way back down the pack, Ben's recovered to 6th. And we'll probably get the picture that that's as good as he can do. Pearsey, after sitting up in the podium for such a long part of the race, is I think that couple of maybe a strategy error under the pit stops and running out of fuel. Probably the ultimate strategy error, really. Let's go back up the front. Nax has put a second on Nearest makes no difference. And we're at the point now, we are nearly 2 hours into this race. The focus is difficult to maintain. Eyes are getting weary, hands are getting sore. Knees weak, arms are sweaty. I think our top two are sorted at this point. The question is, can Extreme mount an attack on Nax in the final closing stages? Let's take a look back at our final podium position though. We've got Sir Dids 5 seconds in front of Marty McFarty. Mickey's 2 seconds behind that. Sir Dids just needs to bring that car home to secure the position. Let's head back up the front. Extreme gains time over the top of the mountain every lap, but then the power of the Mustang pulls Nax back away. 2 laps remaining when we cross the line this time round. So let's take a few quick moments to have a look through the field. We've got Nax, Extreme, Sir Dids, Marty McFarty. Sir Dids on his fastest lap of the race so far. Mickey's, Ben in 6th, Pearsey's in 7th, Hellblazer, Golden, Type 54, Brandon, Roddy Dongs coming up in 12th, and R1 retirement as Osto with some fuel issues. Keep an eye on this penultimate lap. Nax is coming up with some traffic up the hill. They're going to have to get out the way quick, smart. He might be able to they might stay in front until Conrod Straight, which will be not too bad. Let's sit with our leader, Nax, as the blue flags wave. One more lap to go yet. Nax's front brakes red hot as he pulls up. Nax pulls into the pits. He's not going to make it. He's having to do a splash and dash for the final lap. Extreme follows him as well. Extreme 7% fuel. This is going to be a splash and dash. Tids might be back in this. Dids comes through. A lot of fuel in. How little fuel can they put in is the question. The absolute bare minimum. It's going to be a sprint to the finish. So Dids rounds the start finish straight now. Nax comes out and Extreme is 1.8 seconds behind. Nax put in significantly more fuel. You'd expect Nax to be able to bring it home from here. What a crazy way to finish though. Dids comes up the mountain in third. That gap's closed from over 30 seconds to now 5 seconds. Marty McFadden 9 seconds behind. I think our podium is settled. It's just a matter of the three drivers holding position, keeping it on the track with the absolute shreds of tyres everyone has left at this point. As we come through McPhillamy for the final time with our race leader. Down through Skyline. Extreme sitting second, probably can't make it up. So Dids in third. Does he have enough fuel though? That's going to be a tricky question as well. Marty in fourth, Mickey in fifth, Ben in sixth. Everyone's going to be running on absolute fumes except for Nax and Extreme because they've done the splash and dash to finish. 2 more corners for Nax. Very cautious, as you would be. You wouldn't want to bin it now. As Nax rounds the final corner and he's going to take out the 4th Mustang Cup. He's going to be the final Mustang Cup winner. It's going to be Nax from Extreme. From Sir Dids, he does make it, he does have enough fuel. Marty McFarty rounds the final corner as well. He's going to come 4th. Mickey's sitting in 5th. He's going to take 5th. Ben is going to come at 6th. Pearsy on fumes as well. He's going to come 7th. There we go, and there's the final standings. What a spectacular little finish. Nax takes the win with a pit stop with 2 laps to go. Bathurst always brings us something late, and that was no exception. And of course our stream dropped out. I don't know when our stream dropped out, but it did drop out. Bugger. You're right.